Shalom. Shalom. All right, so before I get started, I want to give all honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. All right, it's your brother Kazak coming at you once again with another quick hit lesson, and Lord willing is edifying. All right, so as I was, as you can see in the video here, just out at the beach, at the sunset, watching, the Lord's creation, and just meditating, and sending up prayer, of course, just enjoying my time with the Lord, and I'm out there and I'm walking and kicking up the sand, and the Spirit hopped on me, man, because I got to thinking about the kingdom, and you lift up, let's just, for instance, you pick up a handful of sand. Okay, you pick up a handful of sand, and right then and there could be a million grains of sand, if not more. You see, and I'm just walking, I'm kicking up this sand, and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, the scriptures talk about how we're going to multiply and be as the sands of the sea, and that's both in this sense, but it's going to be even more so in the kingdom, because it's roughly about 7 to 8 billion people on the earth. Now on the beach, it's trillions, if not if more than man could ever count in a lifetime. And I got to thinking, like that, hey, that's what it's going to be like in the kingdom. We're going to, Lord willing, we be of the elect, the 144,000, out of our loins alone, we'll have millions of seed, of offspring. You see, if not more, because one, and I'm gonna just get it real quick in Isaiah chapter Isaiah 60 and 22, and it reads, a little one should become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, will hasten it in his time. Yeah, see, a little one shall be 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. One person, one man will have a nation of children, and that's a beautiful thought. You see, so there it can very well be upward towards trillions and numbers that our minds can't even comprehend. Numbers that aren't even made up here on by way of man, because we're going to be throughout all the universe, and the universe is infinite, man. That just goes to show the multitude, or the great multitude of how many of us will be there, man. Because 2/3 of our people are going to go, but they're going to have to be reborn, through the loins of the elect. So the 2/3 that are alive now, and those who have, who are in the spirit world right now, they're gonna come back, those who are asleep, who are resting. Okay. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. So I want to get real quick. And I don't intend on this being short. I was just, intend on it being long, Salakia. But this was just, weighing on me a little bit. I was just thinking like, man, and it's going to be a lot of us, man, in all righteousness. Can you even imagine, man? It's crazy. I mean, it's beautiful by any means, but, just to think about it, it's kind of beyond us, All right, so I want to get the book of Genesis chapter 22, and I'll start at verse 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time and said, by myself have I sworn, saith Yahweh, because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee. And are we not the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You see? That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. You see? It's gonna be so many of us in all righteousness, in the kingdom, spread throughout all the, the four corners of the universe, and we're gonna have the enemies, we're gonna be at their throat, man. You see, we're gonna rule over them, and they're gonna be in servitude to us. It says, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. So, and let me keep reading. It says, so Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt at Beersheba. So, because Abraham, obeyed the Lord's command, and having him to sacrifice Isaac, even though the Lord wasn't going to allow him to go through with it, but he was testing and trying his faith, and as for a reward, he blessed him with his seed being as the sands of the sea. All right, I want to get Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. You see, and this is the place where we were told that we're not the Lord's chosen people. We've been told that we were blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Negroes, wetbacks, spics, savages. No, man, we're the Israelites. Yasha Allah, the Prince of the Power. You see? And in this day, we are wakening up to the fact that we know who we are and who's our power and who we serve. That small remnant. It says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. You see, and that's those two sticks coming together, pursuant to Ezekiel the 37th chapter. Judah and Israel were oppressed together. Okay? And we're coming back to our heritage, to our true power. You see? And, but, once again, this wasn't intended on being long by any means, but it was just weighing on me to touch base on this, man, and not only that, when we're having all these kids, we're going to be occupied with the Lord's work, the will of the Lord. Okay. And when the young boys turn into men, then, we will teach them of our ways. As the elder apostle Tahar had mentioned a while back, there was a movie called The Last Emperor. And, his parents, or his grandparents, better yet, they had passed on, and he was literally he was about 3 years old when he became in power, and he had people underneath, or people, in their palace, who literally raised this emperor. Okay, and in like manner in the kingdom, that's how it's going to be. We're going to have people, teaching our children righteousness, teaching them about, the men of the Lord, the elect, the stories, reading the book of Acts to them, the book of Acts as of today, and teaching them the laws. Well, Salakia, not teaching them the laws, because the laws are going to be within our inward parts, Salakia, for that, but, just teaching them the ways, raising our children, okay? They're going to be out there, exploring as such, and, being rulers over these heathens, and I want to get this last scripture, and this is, let's see. I started Isaiah 10, and I started verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right. So, hey, man, there's going to be a great exodus, a great escape. 144,000 plus the 1/3, man. That's a lot of people. And it's going to be by way of the chariots, man. Verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. So not all of us, only 1/3, and 144,000 will return to the Lord. It says the consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord power of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. You see? Being overflown with righteousness, pursuing after righteousness, striving after righteousness. That's that decree that's being put out, that's being spread out throughout the elect. Lord willing, we're of that number. All right, so hey, that was pretty much the point. That was pretty much the lesson there. But it was a beautiful view out there, man. It's good to just kind of decompress and get out there and go for a walk and just have your mind just go sometimes. And sometimes the Spirit will just hop on you to talk about something in particular. The Spirit could have very well had me talking about, the stars and the sun and the ocean, but nah, it was specifically that. So, hey, once again, Lord willing, this was edifying. And in closing, I want to give our honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. And until next time, Shalom.